Hello and welcome to Missle Industries episode 9 of my ZX10R train wreck build. Now the BMW is all fixed up, so I've moved that out of the garage and left it in the driveway. And what I'm going to do today is steal the wheels off this bike to put onto this bike. Because the tyres on this bike are 9 years old and that back one's got a slow leak, so it's going flat. As you can tell by that giant contact patch as I rode it into the garage. So the tyres on this bike are only 2 years old and they are Pirelli Supercorsa SCs, and those are great tyres. I've only used them on one track day and really only managed to do 2 sessions before I had to decide to take the bike home because it wasn't running properly. And there it goes, stop. So those tyres haven't had much love and they're pretty new, so I'm going to stick these wheels on this bike. Big problem is I only have one set of axle stands and 2 bikes, so the wheels have to come off one bike and then go on another bike, and I'm at a bit of a loss as to how to get around that, but I'm thinking I might deploy my engine crane and lift the track bike off the ground and suspend it there while I steal the axle stands off it to go on to the bike. So that might be the plan. Upon closer examination, I might just steal the forks too, because these ones, those seals might be weeping, so forks off that bike as well. I have stripped all the plastics off my track bike. I'm at that point now where I'm going to drop the wheels off, pull the forks out, and then suspend this bike by a crane till such time as I'm ready to put it back together again. Alright, front forks are off, front wheels off, back wheel is off. Now I have to figure out a way of stealing these bike stands away and lowering that bike onto that slick tyre down there that I'm not using anymore to partially take the weight while I use those stands somewhere else. Ta-da! This is going to work out fine. Just pan around to my white ZX10. It is up on axle stands, paddock stands, and all my pieces are waiting to go onto it. I won't leave that dangling in space. I'll lower it down onto those tyres there, and I will pick this up after dinner. it is done. All back together. Okay, summary time for episode 9 of Missle Industries ZX10R Trainwreck edition. And I have swapped the front and rear wheels over with the good tyres. And I've also put the forks from my track bike onto this bike because the fork steels did look like they were weeping. So while I was here, I swapped it all over. As you may be able to tell, the track bike is still in pieces, and I'll be sure to address that sometime at my leisure. And as you can see, there's a lot going on in here.